Damn, girl, what you saying? What you saying, huh? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Jeez.
Hello, my name is Darth Wonder, and now I will tell you some interesting facts about King Kong that you don't know yet. There is no bigger movie star than King Kong. From his humble beginnings as a stop motion model to a digitally enhanced super beast, Kong has remained a pop culture icon for the better part of a century. Whether he's stomping on an enemy T Rex or swatting warplanes out of the sky, the colossal ape has captured the imaginations of entire generations of cinema goers. Perhaps it is because King Kong is so endearing, so empathetic, that he remains just as relevant today as he was in his first outing way back in 1933. Yes, he is a monstrous giant ape, but beneath his beastly exterior beats the heart of a hero. Kong is the kind of giant movie monster that audiences love to root for. There's no denying the massive cultural impact the very first King Kong has had on moviegoers. Although film enthusiasts still comb through the 1933 production on Blu-ray, DVD, and theater screenings for its impeccable technique, there was almost a time when the original print of King Kong was lost for good. Films predating the 1980s didn't have much value once they left the theaters. Because of their worthlessness, most original film negatives were stored poorly, and a lot of them made before the 1950s were melted down to extract the silver nitrate. In Kong's predicament, there wasn't a decent print to be found in the US, so the movie was reconstructed using various pieces of film that could still be found in England, Belgium, and France. The prints were then duplicated and digitally enhanced frame by frame to create the new master version seen today. The entire process took over 2 years, but it was worth it to preserve the legacy of a groundbreaking film like King Kong. Now, if we could only get those original Star Wars reissues. There are some names in movie history that are just perfect. Character names like James Bond, Indiana Jones, and Luke Skywalker all have a certain gravitas to them. And King Kong is no different, conjuring up images of aggressiveness, power, and dominance. Though Kong is a household name today, it took a while for the team behind the movie to land on something that good. When Marion C. Cooper set out to write his first draft of King Kong, the title was simply referred to as The Beast. When RKO executives were unimpressed with the generic title, it was changed to Jungle Beast, which the production company also considered bland. Because of Cooper's infatuation with words that started with the letter K, it was eventually changed to Kong, but since executives thought audiences would think that the film would be mistaken as a docudrama, which were usually one-word titles, King was added to create the monster's full name. King Kong is a title that sticks in the minds of audiences everywhere, and is heaps better than just calling him the Beast. Ever since he was a boy, Marion C., Cooper was fascinated by gorillas. When he was shooting the movie The Four Feathers in Africa, he came across a family of baboons which inspired him to make a motion picture about primates. While fleshing out his story, he decided to make the gorilla of his movie giant-sized and came up with the idea of the creature fighting warplanes atop the Empire State Building. To help bring his vision to life, stop-motion animator Willis O. Arian was enlisted to create the model, though the two had to go through several versions before they saw eye to eye. Cooper hated the first few models that O. Arian created for being too human-like in appearance. Cooper told O. Arian that he wanted Kong to be brutal, fierce, and monstrous, and gave his animator the dimensions of a bull gorilla that he received from the American Museum of Natural History to use as a blueprint. The final model of Kong had the basic look of a gorilla while still retaining certain human qualities, with O. Arian incorporating nuances from a creature he had made for the 1915 silent film The Dinosaur and The Missing Link. All that was left was a terrifying roar for the creature, which was created by playing a tiger growl in reverse with the roar of a lion playing on top, and voila, King Kong was born. Like any wildly popular property, Kong has seen his fair share of sequels, spin-offs, reboots, remakes, and knockoffs. His first official sequel hit theaters less than 1 year after the release of King Kong, titled Son of Kong. Afterwards came his brief stint at Toho with the release of King Kong vs. Godzilla and King Kong Escapes, which did away with stop-motion effects and instead had a man dress up in a gorilla suit. In 1976, The Colossal Ape was given his first official remake starring Jeff Bridges, with a direct sequel 10 years later titled Kong Kong Lives. In 2005, the movie was remade yet again, this time with the Lord of the Rings Peter Jackson behind the director's chair. Besides a series of sequels remakes, Kong has inspired an entire string of knockoffs and copycats. These include the likes of 1969's The Mighty Gorga, which is about a giant ape being captured to perform in the circus, and the various Mighty Joe Young movies which were made by the same creative team responsible for King Kong, including Marion C., Cooper, and Ernest B. Schoedsack, who directed the first movie in 1933. People often ask how tall King Kong is, but there is really no definitive answer. In his first appearance in 1933's King Kong, the colossal ape's height frequently changes throughout the course of the film. Originally director Marion C. Cooper envisioned Kong to be around 40 to 50 feet, but animator Willis O. Arian and his crew scaled the models so Kong would only appear 18 feet tall on Skull Island. When Kong makes his move to the Big Apple, he's slightly beefed up in size to around 24 feet. However, this didn't stop Cooper from playing around with the set, manipulating the miniatures so that Kong would appear almost 60 feet tall in some scenes. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed the facts about King Kong. See you in the next video.